Meeting of the board.
I'm calling the special meeting of the Rhinebeck Planning Board to order at 6:32 PM. I would, pardon?
Determine a quorum to be present.
Quorum is present, and I would like to make a motion that the board at this time go into a closed attorney-client session discussion to receive advice regarding matters before the board, and that our planning board consultant, Art Brode, be included in that session. Could I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Okay, at this point, we'll leave and go into
You either
the...
leave or clear the room, one or the...
Are we all here?
No, we have,
No.
oh, yes, he is here, okay.
No, Richard's not. Oh, yeah, Richard's down here. Okay.
Richard?
Jesse was
Richard's not in his
tied up.
customary place.
All right,
No.
Put me out in the boonies here.
could I have a motion to come out of the closed attorney-client session and resume to the regular order of business of our special meeting? A second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? All right, the purpose of the special meeting tonight was to review the report of the planning board. We've been requested to make a recommendation to the town board regarding the proposed local law amending Town Code Chapter 125 zoning, Section 125-6 zoning district maps mining overlay district boundaries. You have received for your review a draft prepared by Planning Board Consultant Art Brode dated September 15th, 2014. So I'd like to open it up now for your questions, comments, concerns, and Art is prepared to answer those questions, address your concerns. And you also have received a draft resolution, which we will take up at the end of the discussion.
Only thing I want to say in advance of that is the report that I drafted is not a recommendation, necessarily a net recommendation from the planning consultant. It is a report prepared on behalf of the planning board, report prepared with the understand upon discussion with Melody as vice chair, with absolutely zero input from the chair, who is totally recused in this particular matter, and was prepared with the understanding that the planning board might be in a position, or would want to be in a position of supporting the town board's apparent position that the zoning map should be amended so as to be, with respect to the mining overlay district, so as to be consistent with the town comprehensive plan upon the town board's finding that the current map is in fact not consistent with the comprehensive plan as was adopted in 2009. So the bottom line is the draft report goes through the matters that are specified within the zoning law at section 125, 132 for a report from the planning board, and follows with a recommendation from the planning board to the town board, which again goes consistent with that understanding regarding the desire to be consistent, or the requirement to be consistent with the comprehensive plan, a recommendation to the town board that the proposed law as sent to the planning board for its consideration, and as may be modified in some fashion by the town board before being formally introduced, be in fact ultimately adopted by the town board. So that's the spirit of the working paper.
Okay, I'd open it up to comments from the planning board. No comments?
I don't want to push that particular point, but just indicate that coupled with the report, there is a one-line draft resolution.
Do you all have copies of the resolution before you? For the public,
It's labeled draft resolution, September 29th.
I will read it. Report of the planning board in the matter of proposed local law Amending Town Code Chapter 125 zoning, Section 125-16 zoning district maps, mining overlay district boundaries. September 29, 2014 draft resolution. Pursuant to the Town Board's referral of August 11, 2014, the Town Planning Board hereby issues the annexed report of Planning Board concerning the proposed local law amending Town Code Chapter 125 zoning, Section 125-16 zoning district maps, mining overlay district boundaries, having made inquiry concerning the matters specified within Town Code Chapter 125 zoning at Section 125-132A, 1 through 10, and in doing so sets forth the recommendation found at page 11. Did I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second? I will second the motion. And I will, at this point, poll the board.
Discussion?
Is there a discussion? Further discussion?
Yeah, I just want to make sure, I'm going to go on record for voting against this. I think it's premature. I see no reason to push this through. I realize we have to give a recommendation to the town board. We are required to respond to them. My personal position is that we respond with no response. It is only a recommendation, and I don't agree with all of the points. This is giving a green light to the town board to change this zoning, and I think there's a lot of issues with it that are affecting local people. So,
Can we give no recommendation, or do we have to vote this up or down?
I think the non-response of a board, like the Conservation Advisory Board, or any other board, you move forward with your motions. You move forward with an application. There's no requirement that says we must. We are merely given the opportunity to give our opinions. And, if they're going to act the way they want to act, they have a piece of legislation that they'd like to pass. I personally would prefer to see the planning board not issue a recommendation.
Can I add something to
Sure.
Richard has raised? Looking at the zoning law, okay? Section 125, 132, sub B, the planning board shall submit its report within 60 calendar days after receiving such referral from the town board. Failure of the planning board to report within the required time period shall be deemed to be a recommendation of approval of the proposed amendment. So you should just be aware of the fact that a non-response will not be taken as neutral.
So we don't have to approve it. We'll
You don't
approve
have
it,
to.
we'll approve it by default.
Recommend
That
approval.
would be correct. If
Gotcha.
you didn't answer, it would be deemed to be a recommendation in favor.
Thank you.
Other discussion? So the motion that we made,
Now vote. Subjected to roll call.
all right,
Is it discussion for the public or just for the
No.
planning board?
Not a public hearing?
it's not a public hearing.
That's not the town board.
This is a special meeting. The public hearing will be held by the town board as this goes back to them for their review and possible approval. So there will be ample opportunity for public hearing before the town board. I don't have a timeline on that, but obviously, they need a referral back from us by a deadline, so I assume they're expecting to pick it up in the near future. That would be my guess. Richard?
Nay.
Woody?
I'm going to abstain.
Jesse?
I'm going to abstain also.
Aaron?
I was going to abstain also.
And I will,
You have to have a stated reason for abstaining.
you have to.
It's a responsibility of a board member.
Need a stated reason for abstaining? I'm not against it, but I'm not for it.
Yeah.
So I can't make an intelligent decision, so I'm abstaining.
I'm abstaining because I just have reservations about it, It's supposedly is correcting the zoning law, but it seems like it's putting more restrictions on town residents as well.
I'm going to borrow from what Woody said and say, I'm not for it, I'm not against it.
And I will vote for the resolution. So I think there's essentially no action here tonight.
Motion fails.
Motion fails.
Motion failed for lack of a majority vote of the entire board.
Okay. Is there any other business to come before the board this evening?
And that means the provision that John quoted will apply.
I don't think we have any other business to conduct this evening.
No,
The
adjournment.
next regular planning board meeting will take place on the 20th at 6:30 PM.
The agenda for that meeting closes on the 6th.
And the agenda closes on the 6th. Can I have a motion to adjourn the special meeting?
So be it.
Second?
Second.
October 20th, you say is the next meeting?
You did.
Thank you.
That's a regular meeting anyway, right?
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.